Welcome to Startup Demo Day. It's nice to see everybody. The next presenter on our list is Actuated Medical, and Actuated can be found on our Discover platform. They've almost completed our due diligence process. The interesting thing about Actuated too is they have several products already on market, but today they're going to be talking to us about NeuralGlider, which is their revolutionary neural implant inserter that reduces insertion trauma and improves placement accuracy. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen and turn it over to Maureen and team.
Thank you so much. My name is Maureen Mulvihill, and I'm President and CEO of Actuated Medical. And I'm here today to talk about our NeuralGlider insertion system that enables precise placement of electrodes into the brain. Well, in 2007, my father-in-law was a very strong man, and he loved playing with his grandkids. And he would put his 2-year-old granddaughter in a big Rubbermaid bucket and swing her all over the living room, and the two of them would cackle and have such a good time. 2 years later, when my son was 2 and was ready for the bucket ride, his tremors from his Parkinson's had gotten so bad that he was very uncomfortable, and he wasn't willing to swing his grandson around the room. And then over the next 8 years, the tremors from Parkinson's got so bad, and the drugs they gave him had so many terrible side effects that really affected his quality of life. We need to do better for people that have neurological conditions like my father-in-law. We know that 100 million Americans suffer from neurological and musculoskeletal disorders. We know that it affects the healthcare system of $800 billion to take care of these patients. And we know that the United States government and governments around the world really want to understand the brain so that we can treat these neurological conditions. One avenue is to put electrodes into the brain so that you can decrease those tremors of Parkinson's, so you don't need all of those medications with those terrible side effects. Or maybe you want to give somebody with prosthetics the ability to control his prosthetic from his brain. This is actually one of the electrodes that's FDA cleared, and we'll call it a little small bed of nails. So it's about a 10 by 10 array with little needles, and you can see how small they are because it's up against this penny. However, there's difficulties putting these electrodes in the brain. This 10 by 10 bed of nails electrode uses high force air to get it into the tissue, which then causes the brain tissue to dimple, so it doesn't get to the precise location it needs to be at, and also causes hemorrhaging. And that blood that comes out, the body gets angry. We'll say it's called the foreign body response. And the body gets angry and says, that shouldn't be here. And it actually attacks the electrode and decreases its lifetime. So there's lots of researchers across the country and across the world that are developing electrodes that even mimic the brain a little bit more. And this is an example of one. It's just a single shank electrode, but it's very flexible. And the issue with it is it's hard to get into the brain tissue. As you can see in this image, it buckles. The NeuralGlider inserter uses ultrasonic energy. And if you watch the video, this is one of those single shank electrodes. And with NeuralGlider, it goes straight in. But without NeuralGlider, you can see that it bends and it dimples that tissue. The NeuralGlider has already been shown that it can put in that bed of nails electrode. And with DARPA funding, we developed this technology and we commercialized it. And with NIH, Small Business Innovation Research funding, we've made our system compatible right now with 13 other electrodes that are out there that researchers are using across the country and across the world. So the idea is NIH is funding us to make our system compatible with more people studying the brain. This is our competition. This is that high force air pressure that puts that 10 by 10 or that bed of nails electrode into the brain. As I said, we lack precision. We get the bleeding, the extra tissue trauma, and then the body attacks this electrode. It's also only compatible with one electrode, where I just told you right now we're compatible with at least 13. We have sales. We have 12 NeuralGliders that's been sold to various research labs across the country, one to Germany, one to Belgium. So we actually have international sales. And with that SBIR, we have 6 partners, these 6 laboratories. They're either using it in preclinical studies or they're using it on bench, just to prove that we can use NeuralGlider to put in more and more electrodes. We know that the brain-computer interface market is large. It's projected to go to $2.4 billion. And our goal is to use that SBIR and other funding that we have to build the preclinical sales, which are building that safety and efficacy data to go to the FDA. At the same time, we're applying for additional funds from NIH to develop a smaller compact unit for the human aspect or for human testing. We're already engaging clinical partners. We're also engaging brain-computer interface companies. The idea is to have a system that works with their brain-computer interface system. They have a large clinical study. They prove that a superior technology or superior results, they license that technology for a specific clinical indication. And because of that, there's multiple exits or multiple licensing opportunities for NeuralGlider. We are seeking a $2.5 million equity investment through the Red Crow private equity portfolio to support our commercialization activities. Our revenue increases steadily up to 2029, where we anticipate 2 licensing exits for NeuralGlider, and then a large medical company that acquires Actuator for our neural device portfolio. We are medical device innovators. We have 21 employees that love coming to work and love what they do. We have over 38 US and international patents. This is my incredible team. My Director of R&D, Roger Bagwell, is on the call to answer any questions. We have a Director of Quality Assurance Regulatory Affairs. We do reimbursement, and we have a neural device leader. My board of directors, we have expertise from J&J, Teleflex, and we have a medical doctor, a CMO, Fred Brown. This is my incredible team. They love what they do, and we love to share anything with you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Fantastic presentation, Maureen. I'm always just so impressed with what you and your team have built. It's just amazing to me. So congratulations on everything that you've done.